The diamonds are forever.
Hi everyone, this is AFCRDTV and welcome to highlights of Stewarts Lloyds Corby against AFC Rushden Diamonds from the Chroma Sporting Trophies UCL Premier Division on Saturday afternoon. So for this, the final contest of the 2013-14 season, Diamonds visited a side who have been struggling at the foot of the division for the majority of the season, and on a very blustery spring afternoon on a rather uneven, bobbly and slightly slanted pitch. Although it's the Diamonds that would take the lead. Good work from Sam Brown and Faisal career crossing as far as Joseph, who scored his latest goal for the side in just the 3rd minute. And the majority of the first half will continue in the same way. Sam Brown again involved, and this time it was Jamal Clark at the backstick who headed just wide. And then here Joseph was almost able to capitalise on a mistake from the Corby keeper McGovern, who then ultimately pulled off a fairly neat save. Although a few moments later the goalkeeper went walkabout, he completely missed his punch to a corner, allowing defender Joe Henderson to head into a rather unguarded net to double Diamonds' leads in the 16th minute. Best chance for the hosts came approaching half-time through Matthew Keenleysight, although his drive went wide. And there was still time for Joseph to have this curling shot go just past the upright, and another corner was headed just over by Jamal Clark, as Corby's defence rather struggled to deal with Diamond's offensive play. So at half-time in this one, S&L Corby 0, AFC Rushden Diamonds 2. And then as we entered the final 45 minutes of the season, one of the best opportunities was made through Joe Merrill and Matty Gearing. He crossed and the defence managed to clear the ball only as far as Faisal Correa, who just passed a lovely little delicate knock into Joseph, who knocked over, and that before Joe Merrill with a nice free kick which bent and which keeper couldn't do a great deal about to give Diamonds the 3rd goal in the 84th minute. So full time for the final time this season, S&L Corby 0, AFC Rushden Diamonds 3, and that means that the Diamonds will finish a very respectable 3rd in the UCL Premier Division in a season that has also given us extremely memorable and very fun cup runs. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Pete Kelly for AFCRDTV.
Here I'm joined by AFC Rushden Diamonds captain and man of the match, Richard Bunting, following the 3-0 win at Corby S&L. Richard, thoughts on the game?
Horrible. Hard. End of season game, weren't it?
Weren't very good to watch.
No, it weren't very good to play in, to be fair. I thought we'd get the game won going down the hill first half, but we just made hard work of it all day, really.
And we had a good start, goal within a couple of minutes, but didn't really build on it, did we?
No. Scott got his customary goal. And I thought we'd kick on, really. But we had the ball without really doing anything. I'm partly to blame for that. But yeah, we didn't kick on. We made hard work of it in the end.
And in the end, I think once the second goal went in, it was more or less game over, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of them. I think goals kill games, really, and if we scored 2 or 3 more in the first half, we had the chances, then it would have made the second half a lot easier for us.
So 3-1, probably a fair 3-0. Sorry, probably a fair result in the end.
Yeah, we didn't deserve any more, really. 3 points is 3 points, but it's nice to finish the season on the high, especially after the support we get. I think we bought about 300 today, which is fantastic for us. So that is better than what they probably got to see today.
So a chance to have a rest for you and look back on the season since you joined us just before Christmas. How have you found your season?
Yeah, all right, not too bad. I haven't been fit as what I would have wanted to be. I've got another up Monday, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And you'll be back next season then, providing they don't cut your leg off?
Yeah, no, it's only keyhole, so hopefully I should be back ready for pre-season. I need to get a good pre-season in me, really.
And you looking forward to next season?
Yeah, I am, yeah. Like I said, I haven't played as much football this year as what I would have liked to have played, so hopefully I'll get this op done and then I'll be fully fit starting next season.
And a couple of highlights, I think, from us was certainly the goal at Spalding. from you that come at a very important time.
Yeah, didn't do as much good in the end, did it? But yeah, I don't get many, but I've managed to get 2 this year, and hopefully next year I'll get a few more.
And then goal of the season contender. Newport.
Contender?
Yeah, it's in the goal of the season.
No, this is the goal of the season.
No, it's in the contender.
No, yeah. Well, it's all right. I'll just wait and see, won't I?
I'm voting for Gearing.
It was nowhere near as good as that one.
No,
today,
no.
was it?
To be fair,
It's
we
gone
could
down
have
the middle.
had 5 Matty Gearings, but we wanted to give somebody else a chance.
Yeah, we need 5 Matty Gearings on the pitch, I think, sometimes.
And well, thanks for all you've done for us this season, Rich. Thanks for the couple of interviews. And I've just got to ask you one more question. We call you Richard. Have you always been Richard, or were you Dick?
Yeah, I've always been a dick, to be fair. Oh, the boys will tell you that.
Right, joined by first team manager Andy Peakes following 3-0 win here at Corby Stewarts Lloyds. Andy, bit of an end of season feel to the game?
Yeah, not really the way we wanted to finish the season. Delighted to win anywhere, but it would have been nice to score a few more goals and put a bit better show on for the fans that made the journey.
And it seemed like it weren't going to be that way. We've got a good start early doors, and hopefully we'd have pushed on then.
Yeah, I felt we was probably a little bit too much in the comfort zone. Scoring 2 early doors, there's only ever going to be one winner, and we sort of take a foot off the gas, and we went through the motions a little bit, which I wasn't particularly happy about.
And then we kicked uphill second half. Did that make a difference?
Didn't seem to, no.
Just as rubbish in the second half.
It wasn't really much better second half. Sometimes you can go uphill, it does change the game, but it didn't really. I thought we was always in control, with ever looking particularly dangerous.
So it's all like summing our season up then. Great start, and then tailing off a bit.
I think it's some of the season that we've dominated a lot of the games and not scored as many goals as we should and put them to bed. Against, like again today at 2-0 against a better side, we probably could have got a goal against us and it might have opened the game up. So that I think there's a lot to be learnt from today.
But we had a few more chances, just either bad shooting or good goalkeeping stopped them going in.
Yeah, a bit of both. The goalie made a couple of good saves. We had a couple of chances which we a bit wayward shooting as well. And yeah, like you said, you know, it was typified our season today where we could have done a lot better than we have done.
But still a good season in all.
Yeah, still a fantastic season. This time last year we'd have said that if we could have finished in the top 4, done well in all the cups, we've done all that. So yeah, it's always nice to finish as good as you can, and today wasn't as good as it wanted it to be. But yeah, obviously a great season.
And particular highlights for you?
I think I've enjoyed loads of games this season. I enjoyed the first game at Deepin, believe it or not, because I thought it was a fantastic result. It was our first game. I've enjoyed the cup runs, the Vars one, obviously when we went down to 10 men. Yeah, there's been lots of highs, to be honest.
And any lows?
The biggest low for me was St Andrews, because I still feel that was a great opportunity for the club to get to Wembley. That will haunt me for a long time.
So the end of the season on the pitch, but certainly not the end of the season off the pitch for you.
No, not really. Obviously for me the hard work now begins, because I need to get a team ready to win this league next season. Starting by, obviously we'll be watching some games, some cup finals, some playoffs in the next week or 2 weeks, speaking to the board, what we want to do for next season, how I want to plan. So yeah, the hard work starts now.
And you've got some players to bring in mind?
Yeah, I've got 2 or 3 players I've got to speak to. Obviously, I couldn't speak to them after today because the season's obviously ended. But yeah, I've got a few candidates in mind, so looking to strengthen certain areas. Not loads of changes because I don't think we're a million miles away, but certainly want to strengthen in the areas I want.
And you're being upfront about it. It's usual in football to play down your chances, but promotion the aim next season.
Yeah, I mean, we've done 3rd this year. The next step for us is to get out of this league, which I've made no shock of that fact. We need to get out of this league. I've not hidden that. And obviously, yeah, to get out of the league is the main aim for the club.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us this season, Andy. Enjoy your rest when you get it, and we look forward to seeing you next
Diamonds are forever.